The Galaxy S7 Edge looks very similar to its predecessor, though Samsung has managed to sneak in a few adjustments to the design. First, the camera's bump has been noticeably reduced when compared to the S6 Edge. The camera still protrudes a little, but at less than ½ millimeter, it's going to be a lot less bothersome than the camera bump on its predecessor. Next, the S7 Edge is marginally thicker than both the S6 Edge and S6 Edge Plus at 7.7 mm, versus the Edge Plus at 6.9 mm and the Edge at 7 mm. That might sound like a bad thing, but the added thickness actually helps with grip. As an added bonus, this thicker profile also means Samsung was able to cram in a larger battery, which we'll talk more about a bit later in the review. Probably the most helpful design change found on the Galaxy S7 Edge, however, is the curved glass backing that helps alleviate some of the sharpness issues some users reported with the original Galaxy S6 Edge. Moving around the rest of the elements of the phone, there's really nothing out of the ordinary to report. On the front, you'll find Samsung's typical home button flanked to the left by a recent Type key, and to the right by the back button. All the typical sensors and front-facing camera are found here as well. On the left side of the phone are the volume keys and to the right is the power button. Up top, there's nothing but the SIM/SD card slot, which we'll talk about a little later. On the bottom, you'll find a headphone jack to the left, the microSD slot in the middle, and the single speaker to the right. The microSD slot is probably the most interesting story here, not because it's anything special or new, but because Samsung is sticking to its guns with the Galaxy S7 Edge has chosen not to adopt the new USB-C standard. When it comes to display quality, it's hard to beat Samsung, and thankfully the S7 Edge continues this legacy. While the S7 Edge's Super AMOLED display remains very similar to the screen found on the S6 Edge, Samsung did bump up the size this time around, going from 5.1 inches to 5.5 inches. While this results in a lower pixel density of 534 p versus 577 p on the Galaxy S6 Edge, the real-world difference is negligible, and if anything, the larger size means a better experience for watching movies, playing games, and pretty much anything else you might want to do. In most markets, the S7 Edge is powered by Exynos 8 8890, consisting of quad-core 2.6 GHz